lagi cari ini. Right. Good evening, everyone. What is the last concept? Okay. Online students, is that the screen is visible? Online students can respond in the chat window. All the online students can respond in the chat window. Okay, right. So let's understand what exactly mean by this equally part and how exactly we can work with this particular equally one. So the first understanding while working with selenium, what is the drawback of the selenium? Drawback of selenium, automating only web-based application. So while working this particular selenium, we can get automate web-based applications here. So while working web-based applications, if you are having any functionalities related to the Windows, to automate that particular functionalities, we can try with other tools here. In that, the one we can consider Auto IT, and the one we can consider Secoli, or we can consider in the robot class. It's not like restricted to only these three things here. Based on that particular requirement, we can try with any of the tools here. While working Selenium, we are having the flexibility of integrating with the required tools here. Standard, our understanding, while working this particular Secoli, it can be supported to get automate web-based applications. At the same time, we can get automate Windows-based applications, and at the same time, it can be automated mobile applications. While working this particular Selenium, it can be supported for web-based applications and Windows-based applications, and considering the mobile applications. Along with these particular things, this particular Secoli is supporting for Java programming. A Secoli has been supporting with the Java programming. If we want to get start work with Secoli, what do we require? Jar files has been required. If you want to begin start work with the Secoli, we need to begin taking care about. Utilizing that particular respective jar file. So related to Secoli, what exactly the jar file has been required, we need to begin download that particular required jar file and need to begin added to the project here. So now that particular one, considering the taking with these particular jar files, from the jar files, what we can access, which you will be taking with packages. So from the packages, what we can access, class. From the class, what we can access, method. So considering this particular method, what is the use of the method? To get perform an action here. So I mean, while working with the Secoli, the same thing will be followed as Selenium. Considering that we need to get download that particular required jar file, and that particular jar file we need to get added to the project. So that particular one we need to be go with in adding with the only one jar file here. So related to that particular Secoli, we need to be go with the one jar file here, mentioning that, considering that Sikoli Launchpad. You need to be just type as Sikoli Launchpad, and you will be referring that particular respective website. And from there, you will be taking care about downloading with the only one particular jar file that you will be considering the Sikoli X API downloaded a jar file. You need to be get added to the project jar file to the project. Adding the jar file to the project, it will be followed with adding the jar file to the project. It will be followed with the same steps here, but which need to be get just downloading it and need to add it to the project. Then it will be continued doing all that particular respective programming. So the only difference between other automation tool and this particular Sikoli, what make you the difference? Mhm. Difference. Object identification. So while working this particular Sikoli, if you want to be get identify the object, if you want to be get identify the object, or which you will be considering the element, how you are identifying the objects or elements, what is it? With the help of images here. So while working this particular Sikoli, it's not like considering with any of ID or name or any other option here. Any kind of activity, any kind of activity you want to be get performed, any kind of activity you want to be get performed, you need to be go with this particular respective object, or you can considering that element. So that object or element, how we are identifying? How we are identifying? With the help of images. So let's see that how exactly we can perform these particular things. So for that, we are already got downloaded the required jar file, and that particular jar file, we got added to project. That particular jar file we got added to project. Once you got added jar file to the project, once you got added jar file to the project, followed with the same steps here, the GPI. So this is the jar file we got added. As jar file is available, then it will be continued doing that particular respective programming. So it will be get continued in doing that particular respective programming. So that it will be considering in the taking with class, it can get provide any of the class name here. So whatever the class name need to be get provided, it can get provide any of that particular class name here. Now once it got provided that particular respective class name, need to be get continued writing with all the required programming. In case of you required HTML reports, what you can use it? For HTML reports, what you can use it? TestNG. So if you required HTML report, it can go with TestNG. Otherwise, it can just continue with taking with main method. So that it will be considering dot taking with that particular string and need to be get writing that particular required main method. So you can go with it can go with that particular respective. It can go with either Tustangi annotations or it can go with that particular respective main method. Now, here we need to be get perform. We need to be get perform that particular respective test steps. We need to be get taking care about. We need to be get taking care about in performing that particular respective test steps here. Now you can see that how exactly we can do that. For now, we are taking care about in understanding how exactly we can follow the step to get work with Syncoli. Further, let's see the steps to automate. Let's see the steps to get automate. Further, the steps we are trying. The steps we are trying need to begin click on this minimize icon. Having this minimize icon, okay, we need to click on that. After that we need to be go with double click on this. Just we are taking double click on this. Once we done double click. Once we done double click, taking with this particular close activity, taking with close activity, whatever the things you want to perform, you can try if required. Just again taking with double click of this and then doing with close activity. So as part of the test step, you need to be get understand what exactly the steps need to be automated. According to that, you need to be get continued. According to that, you need to be get continued in writing that particular respective programming. Now, you can see that consider with the Eclipse. Eclipse is web-based application or Windows-based application. Uh-huh. Both. Uh-huh. Window-based. Uh-huh. Eclipse is web-based application or Windows-based application. Online students. Mm-hmm. Both. Okay. So why both? Okay, window-based. Okay, very perfect. Why window-based? Uh-huh. None of the above. Uh-huh. Why window-based or why both? Uh-huh. Okay. See the understanding how exactly it can be done. Considering the web-based applications and Windows-based application, any application, you are opening the application with the help of browser. Any application you are opening in browser and continued with browser, I mean running in browser, those kind of applications we can consider that web-based applications. So how we can confirm and how we can decide either it has been web-based application or Windows-based application. For that, considering that any application opening with the help of browser or running in browser, that you will consider web-based application. For example, if we get consider this particular HRMS application, we are opening with the help of browser and running in the browser your Gmail application, Flipkart application, or taking with Amazon application. All these things we can consider the web-based applications. So the meaning of web-based applications which it got open with the help of browser and running in browser considering that web-based applications. At the same time, any application, any application you got open, any application you got open with the help of any application you got open with the help of .exe file, any application you are open with the help of .exe file or running with the help of .exe file, considering that, what will consider? Windows based application, any application, any application running with the help of .exe file or considering the setup file. We can consider .exe file or setup file, those kind of applications considering the Windows based application. Now consider Eclipse in your system. How you are opening the Eclipse? In your system, how you got open the Eclipse? Is that you got open browser and then opening the Eclipse? No, you got setup file. So just you are taking that Eclipse icon and you're taking that particular Eclipse here. So now considering that this particular Eclipse, we can say that window based application. So Eclipse is considering that window based application. Eclipse or your notepad file, Word file, Excel file, all these particular things you can consider window based applications. It's not like opening from browser. So Eclipse also we can consider as window based, not like both, not like both. It is considered as a window based application. Now let's try to automate it. Now, according to the Sikoli, if you want to automate any of the step, you have to identify that particular object. So in Sikoli, how we are identifying the object? How we are identifying the object? With the help of images. So we need to take image of this minimize icon. We have to go with minimize, we have to take this image of minimize icon. So how we can take that image? What is it? Snipping tool. When you are taking with the screenshot, it will go with the whole page here. It will go with the whole page. Rather than that, it will be taking with the help of this particular snipping tool here. So you need to be very careful. You need to be very careful while taking this particular object. I mean, when you're taking that particular image, you need to be going in a very accurate way here. Whenever you are executing the program, the Sikuli, it will try to identify this particular one, including image pixel and resolution. While recognizing that object, it will try to identify the object including image pixel and resolution. So because of that, you need to be a little bit careful while taking this particular image. So now we are taking it, doing the save. Save can be performed. In any of the path. That doesn't make any problem. Save can be performed in any of the path, that doesn't make any problem. For now, I'm just saving in the project. So in the project, I'm saving that image. You can provide any of the name. You can provide any of the name, doesn't make any problem. Based on your comfortable, you can provide any of the name. So this is how we have to take care about in identifying objects in Sikoli. Whatever object you required, whatever the object you required, you need to be go with in a very perfect way. When you guys are practicing, 100% your program will give an error. So related to this object identification, your program will give an error. Just try it. To take with the steps here. So now, after that, we need to be go with this particular close activity. We need to be go with this close activity. So I mean, whatever the steps you want to perform, you have to take care about, in identifying all that particular object here. If I try this, I'm just taking this particular one, taking with save, mentioning the PC here. Whatever names you can provide anything. That doesn't make any problem. According to your comfortable, the name you can provide any of the thing. The name you can provide any of the thing. That doesn't make any problem. But need to be get comfortable taking care about having that particular object that I'll be taking PC close. So this is how you have to take care about. This is how you need to be get taking care about in identifying all that particular objects here. So while walking this particular Sikoli, you need to be get taking care about identifying the object. I just provided in the project, just for understanding, I given in the project folder. You can save in any folder. That doesn't make any problem. Got all the objects here. So whatever the objects we got, so whatever that particular objects we have, so all that particular objects we got it. So for now, what are the steps we want to perform? According to that particular step, we got identified. Now we added jar file, objects we got it, that images we got it. Then you can continue writing the program. That program step you will do in a very simple way. So as simple as need to be get access for method. How will get access for method? By creating object. To create object, what is the syntax need to be followed? Class name, object name equal to new class name. Okay, followed with the same. That class name will consider screen. Object name, you can provide anything, and then considering that particular class name here. Giving an error. Why it is giving an error? Need to import that package. So need to be get import. You need to be get import that particular package considering that Sikoli.script.screen. So now you will continue with the steps. So the Sikoli methods more simple, more easy. You can see here, you want to perform single click. You want to perform a click activity. If you want to perform click activity, you got the method name. What is the method name you got? What is the method name I got? Click. Okay. Assume that you want to be performed. You want to be performed. Double click. One is click. You want to perform. Double click. See the method name. See the method name. What is the method name? What is the method name? Double click. No, sir. We require right click. Method name? Method name. Taking with right click here. So whatever you want to be performed, you will be taking with that particular required method. You're able to see some method related to swipe activity, related to mobile automation. For now, we require need to be performed click activity. Once we done click activity, need to be get provide that particular wait statement. Whatever that wait statement it can provide. So you are just taking care about having that particular wait statement here. So here you need to be just adding that particular wait statement so that it can continue. Now here where we need to perform click activity. First what we have to perform? Minimize that object we are already identified. Minimize. You need to be provide path of that. So where exactly that image available? Where exactly that image available need to be get provided? Providing path of that particular image. So providing path of that particular image. Okay, done. After that, taking with double click. We are taking with double click here. So that particular double click need to be done with edit plus icon. So it is the name we given edit. So the image name we provided as edit. Okay. Considering the thread.sleep. So need to be get provided that particular wait statement. After that, what is the next activity? We need to close. That is just single click only. So that will be taking with click activity. So we need to be get provide. Path of that. So what is that object? Close. Which will be taking with close. So need to be get provide. You need to be get provide considering that close. Okay, done. After that, so we need to be get consider. Taking with another step. Again, we are taking with double click. We need to be get perform double click. That will be taking with the PC. So that is what object name we given. Oh, okay. So that object name we got provided. So and after that, we need to be go with taking with the last step, considering the close. Now you will be taking with click activity. So that click activity you have to provide that click activity. You need that PC get take care about in identifying the object and writing the required code. Writing with the required code, everything will be the same. Just need to be get that particular steps here. So let's see that how exactly it will be working. Most of the time it will fail it, but let's try on it. Let's try on it. So just you can try with, see the steps, how it will be working. Locked, very perfect. Okay. Done with minimize. Okay. After that, double click. After that, close. After that, PC. Okay. After that, then uh, uh, Securely is done or manpower is done. See here. So it's like giving with the impression that the person has been operating the system, but not like that. So you can see here. Let me try to run once again. But when you guys are practicing it, 100% it will fail it. But anyway, try to write that program. Okay. So that is was taking with minimize and taking with edit plus, and then it will close it, and then it will go with PC, and then taking with close. Okay, so this is how we have a possibility. This is how we have a possibility in getting working with the Secoli. You may get in a doubt, sir, this tool is more simple, more easy. Why you are teaching Selenium? Why not Secoli here? Why you are taking Selenium? Why not Secoli? And that too, this particular Secoli is supporting for web-based application and Windows-based application, mobile application. As having that many options, why we are not going with the Secoli and why we are taking Selenium? Object identification. So while working this particular one, whenever you are having with object identification, it will be giving an issue. So that is what main reason. I mean, every tool, it got its own advantages and having its own drawbacks here. It's totally depends on that particular project, or it will depends on that particular client requirement here. Based on that particular project or based on that particular client requirement, it will depends on what kind of the tools need to be used. So for now, we have been taking care about in understanding with the step how exactly it will be done with the help of this particular Secoli. So this is how we have a possibility in working on it. As the jar file available, just we can download that particular jar file and you can see the writing with the program here. If it is working, okay. If it is not working, double okay. Okay, so don't worry about on that why it is not working. So that will give issues mainly with object identification only. So because of that, nothing to worry about on that particular part. So this is what which we are having with. This is what considering that working with this particular auto IT or working this particular here. So while working Selenium, this is how we are having with the possibility to get connect with different kind of the tools, and then we can go with the required automation here. So this is considering that all the information with the respect of Selenium and considering that with the respect of functional testing. In a similar way, we need to be get understand about non-functional testing. So in that, we need to be get understand about taking with API testing here. So the first one, we have to take care about API testing. So for that, write with the new heading, mentioning the API testing or web services testing. Write with the heading mentioning the API testing API testing or web services testing. Right with the heading is API testing or web services testing. And then make a note of this particular description. Online students also, write with the new heading mentioning the API testing or web services testing, and then make a note of this particular description. Make a note of up to highlighted one. Doing the practice or not? Cucumber will give error because of cucumber. Make a note of up to that highlighted one. Online students also make a note of up to highlighted one. Done? Okay, right. Next, just continue the same. Continue the same. Having a heading is STPP methods. Just having a heading is STPP methods and make a note of these particular methods up to highlighted one. Having a heading is STPP methods. Having a heading is STPP methods and make a note of up to highlighted one. Online students also having a heading is STPP methods and make a note of up to highlighted one. make a note of up to highlighted one. Done? Did you guys registered with NASCOM? Registration done. Online students, is it done with the registration with NASCOM? Because from your batch you will get an option. So you need to ready to get right with the exam after completion of your training program. I mean, by the time of after completion of your training program, will enable all your IDs here. So after completion of the training program, within a 1 week or 2 weeks, you need to be get ready to write that exam. That exam will be done in online only. The exam will be done in online only. So if you are comfortable, you can take with the exam from your hostel room, whatever it can be. So otherwise, you can come to the Naresh IT premises and then you can take with the exam from here also. So that is also will be guiding it because we are already started that process. You're already knowing it. So I mean, from the testing, so that part, that particular certification process, we have been already done that, and the other people has been started writing with the exam also. But mainly, so from your batch, we are giving with the option to get started working on it. So yesterday or day before yesterday. So this is how you will be getting your testing certificate. I mean, for the tester. For the tester, once you clear with the exam. So once you have been clear with the exam, this is how you will be getting with your certificate. So mentioning the selenium test engineer and what exactly that this is silver. I mean, as mentioned, like different options here, above 80%, below 80%, and then 50%. So that is based on the score what he got it. Based on the score what he got it. So according to that, you will be getting the certificate here. So once he got this particular certificate, what he can do? Uh-huh. Getting the job. Uh-huh. Adding to the resume. So once you are having this particular certificate, it will give you added advantage here. And apart from that, from your fee also, you can do that written back, not like total 6,000 here. How much fee will get? 3,000. I mean, whatever the fee you paid it in that 50%. So whatever the fee you have been paid it in that, the 50% will be taking with the back. So that option you will be having. So because of that, take care about all that particular preparation also. Please take care about all that particular preparation also. Once your batch has been completed, as early as possible, will get enable the writing with the exam. Then you need to be get registered for that particular exam. For now, you done the registration with the portal, not like you registered for the exam. Whatever the basic registration you have been done, you have been just registered with that NASCOM portal only. To get registered with the exam, that will be giving with the option. Then you will be getting started registering with the exam, and after that, first I will be completing with mock interview and also mock exam, and after that you have to take with the main exam. So that is how we will be done. So we targeted, once your batch has been completed, so then within a 1 week will be enable that particular exam. So because of that, please take care about all that particular preparation. So all that particular exam will be done on manual and automation. You will have manual questions, automation questions, and core Java questions also will be there. So we'll have manual questions will be there, automation questions, Selenium questions will be there, and at the same time, the core Java questions also will be there. It's not like all the people will get the same questions here. So from one person to another person, the slight difference will be there. So because of that, please take care about doing all that particular preparation here. Okay, right. So let's understand what exactly mean by this particular API testing, or what exactly mean by this particular web services testing here. So first we'll try to understand. So first we'll try to understand what exactly these particular API testing. I mean, first we'll try to understand that what exactly mean by this API, or what exactly mean by this particular web services, why it has been came into the picture. I mean, when you consider this particular API, or you can consider this particular API testing, what exactly mean by this, why it has been came into the picture. So first we'll try to understand that what exactly mean by this API, and then we'll move on to what exactly API testing. So understanding before understanding what exactly mean by API testing, first we'll try to understand what exactly this API concept here. For that, your very simple understanding. What is the meaning of API? What is it? Application Programming Interface. See the name. In the name itself, we can clearly understand, considering the API, Application Programming Interface. So previously, when you're working with, functional testing, you are doing functional testing with the help of GUI. Meaning of GUI? Graphical User Interface. That means when you're working this particular functional testing, you will enter URL in browser. I'll take the help of browser. It will provide URL. Then all application visibility you will get. I mean, you are able to see that all the user interface. Based on that, you can continue doing with the testing. Functional testing, you are taking care about in testing that particular functionality working or not. Text box functionality working or not. Checkbox functionality working or not. That login button or navigating to the next page, whatever it can be, you are taking care about in testing with all that particular respective functionality here. Okay. Now, this particular one, the concept of non-functional testing, the concept of this particular non-functional testing. Now you can understand why we are consider this is non-functional testing. If we mention API, meaning of API, application programming interface. Is that user interface or programming interface? Programming interface. I mean, while working non-functional testing also, you're taking URL, you're taking the help of URL, but not like you are able to see user interface. You are taking the URL, but it's not like the application is visible, text boxes, all the pages has been visible. You are doing that particular testing, considering that application, you are doing the testing with the help of programming interface. As simple as the best example, you can consider selenium. What is meant by selenium? What is meant by selenium? Selenium is one API. Now we can consider why we are not saying that Selenium is directly automation tool. Because when you work Selenium, did you install any .exe files? For Selenium, is that you downloaded selenium.exe file and install? No, we are taking the jar file here. That jar files you can consider as a API here. According to the programming terminology, that jar files here, when it's come to this non-functional or when it's come to API, the jar files only you can consider that API here. So to work with Selenium, we are taking the help of the jar files and then we continued doing the programming. Without having Selenium jar files, is that we can continue the programming? No. So without having the Selenium jar files, we cannot continue that particular Selenium programming. So that is what the base understand of this API. We can consider that not like GUI interface here. It is clearly mentioning that programming interface. That is the first understanding. That is the reason mentioned that non-functional testing. You are doing the testing with the help of programming interface. You are not doing the testing with the help of user interface here. So functional testing, doing with the testing with the help of GUI. The graphical user interface is there. But in case of non-functional testing, it's not like UI is visible. So without having the UI is visible, you need to be get continued doing that particular respective testing here. Okay. Now, let's understand why this API concept came into the picture. Why exactly this API concept has been came into the picture. Further, you guys has been very well knowing about this particular Google Maps here. Knowing it? Knowing or not? What is the use of that? Uh-huh. Use of Google Map. Taking with location. I mean, to get identify particular location or particular direction, you are taking that particular Google Map here. You guys has been very well knowing it. Apart from that, you guys has been knowing about some of the favorite apps also. In that, considering that related to cab service, what are the apps I got? Related to that particular cab service, he got Ola and he got Uber and he got Rapido. Okay, whatever you are having in a market, there are n number of apps are there. considering that this Ola or Uber or sometimes rubber, no rubber here. Okay, so a lot of apps are available in the market related to this particular cab service. You guys are very well knowing it. Apart from that, some of your favorite apps here. Okay. Online. Uh-huh. Uh, what is it? Swiggy, Maggie. Uh, taking the Zomato or tomato. Still, whatever it can be, whatever it can be, you are having a lot of apps are available in the market related to that particular online food order. Okay. Now, say the understanding. You're already working, you're already using all these particular things here. When you compare this Google Map, when you compare this particular Google Map with these particular app, is it Google Map introduced first or these apps introduced first? Uh-huh. Google Map or this online food order? Uh-huh. Google Map. Google Map has been introduced first in the market, right? So the very simple understanding. So if you get consider these particular things, Google Map has been introduced first in the market and considering that a very successful product. When you compare with any of all other products, this particular Google Map, you can considering that most of the successful product. Okay, let it be. Now, see the understanding, see the concept of API. Let's consider cab service. If you want to start with the cab service business, what you require? Uh-huh. Uh-huh. If you want to start with the cab service business, what you require? Cab is required. Very perfect here. Okay. In case of you want to start with online food order, what you require? Online is required. Play Store required. Now consider this cab service. You want to start that business. What you require? Cab is very perfect. Okay. After that. Okay. This particular one, if you want to begin, go with this particular cab business, or if you want to be go with this particular online food order business, first thing you record. What you record? Maps are record. Either it can be Google Map or some other, that is a different. If you want to be go with these kind of the business, the very first understanding maps has been required. Now consider you want to come up with your own map, or else these particular cab people, they want to be developed, or they want to design, or anyone want to be introduce their own map into the market. They have to take care about recruiting the people. They have to recruit IT people. They have to go with development. They have to go with testing. They have to go with logic. They have to think about architecture. All the things they have to look into that, and they have to come up with developing their own particular map here. And once they got their own particular map, they have to take care about maintenance, further enhancements. Lot of activities need to be done to have that particular product. Look like maps is very small product only, but for that particular one, lot of activities need to be done here. So further, if we think about these particular companies, Ola company or this Uber or any other companies, if they want to be get come up with their own particular mark, is it possible? Not like in a very easy. If required, they can do, but not like in a very easy, because this Google map or taking that map, it's not like as simple as just will write the code and they will execute and they will do it. How exactly maps are working? How that maps are working? That satellite, right? So the main intention of that Google map, it's not like just communicating from one of the server and giving the direction. So required that satellite, that communication need to be go there and having all this GPRS, everything it will be doing. So mainly to get all that particular information from the satellite, it will be getting that all the required information. Looks like map is very small product, but for doing that, lot of activities need to be done. So these companies, if they want to be get come up with their own particular map, not like in a very easy thing to get come up with. So rather than that, what these particular people will be doing, just they can approach, they can approach this Google team, because Google team already maintaining maps. Google team already done. They have been already developed, they tested, moved into the live environment and consider a very successful product. As already that map has been available, now these particular guys, these particular people approaching the Google team, and they will be asking that, they will be asking that just to provide, just to provide service of the Google map. See the understanding, see the understanding. They are not asking to sell whole product of Google map. This Ola guys, they're not asking that to sell the whole product. For any of these people, they're not asking that to sell whole product here. For that product, what is the service it is giving? They're asking for to get provide that particular service. I mean, this is like two-way benefit of the business here. Considering that, if we get mentioned, these particular Google team, is it they are selling their whole product? No, just they are giving the service. Because of they are not selling the whole product, those people will have advantage, because they are not giving their code, they are not giving their logic, everything they'll take care of it, all the enhancement, all the further updates, everything they will take care of it. And apart from that, as these particular Ola people, is it they are purchasing the whole product? No, what they are purchasing? Only service. Because of that, they can go with the less amount. Rather than purchasing the whole product, rather than purchasing with the whole product, they can purchase with only the service what they are providing it. So by that, with the less amount, it can complete the required activities here. So that is how you will be having with the concept of service. But this particular service, how exactly it has to be provided. So this particular service, how exactly it's need to be get provided. So consider that you guys may be using this Ola scooters, using it? Two-wheeler. So in case of that Ola scooter, that is the hardware. So because of that, directly can take the bike, Ola bikes, and then you can utilize it. Rather than you are purchasing the bike, is it you're purchasing the Ola bike? No, you're just utilizing service only. Within a less amount, you're completing your required activity. So not like you are investing with the huge amount here. That is hardware, you're taking the bike. But here, is it this is hardware here? This is considered as software. Now how we can utilize that service? So because of that, they will be taking with the help of web. They will be taking with the help of the web here. The general meaning of web? Internet. The general meaning of the web, the terminology, website. So if you look into the terminology, that is how you got. The name has been provided as a website. Any website you want to access, you require internet. Require internet or not? So that is how the terminology. So that is how the terminology mentioned that website here. That means the meaning of the web. The meaning of the web considering as a internet. So that is how this terminology has been came into the picture. That means with the help of the internet, with the help of the internet, this service will be provided. So that is how you got the terminology considering that web services. You are using the service from the internet. So that is what the terminology of web services. For the web services, advanced terminology API. So meaning of API? Application Programming Interface. That is what your simple understanding of your mobile. In your mobile, without having the mobile data, can you go with cab booking? Without having the mobile data, can you go with online food order? No, mobile data is mandatory. Why it is mandatory? Why it is mandatory? So those things are working from the internet. See the understanding. This cab, different company. Google, different company. Both are two different companies working together according to their requirement. So their connectivity has been done from the internet only. So because of that reason, in case of the cab people itself having their own map, they not require the internet. For example, your contacts app will be there. Do you require internet for that? No, you doesn't require because everything they are providing it. So that is how the concept has been came into the picture of API considering the application programming interface. So this is a basic overview to understand that what exactly mean by that API. So next we'll understand what exactly this API, how it came into the picture, how we need to work it, what is meant by API testing, as part of API testing, what need to be done, all those things you will understand. So step by step, you will get all the information. So that I'll take continued from tomorrow. So we'll go with that particular API testing. After that, we'll go with database testing, and after that we'll be taking with performance testing. So all these things need to be understood step by step. So that will take care about. After that, I'll take care about interview questions here, not NASCAM questions here. I'll not give NASCAM questions here. So you have